into the ring. Choose your fighter. Incineroar. Choose your fighter. contest. Step into the ring. Choose your fighter. Banjo and Kazooie. Three, two, one, go!
Welcome to Week 5 of ECAC Smash Ultimate Post-University versus Sacred Heart. As always, actually not always, sometimes Messi is here. I'm Frisco. Welcome, everybody. I know, we started a little late, 8:06, but we're getting there right now. We're getting there. Hope everyone's having a good night so far. I'm about to have a really good night watching some Smash. And this is the song of my people right now. This is Banjo-Kazooie music. This is my music. So I'm excited. I'm wondering if somebody on the Sacred Heart plays banjo. So we will see. I'm excited. Big excite. But we're going to be getting into the first match in a moment. Coming in first for Post University is going to be Box. Box on Sonic. Now, as we've talked about in the past, Box is going to be, since they're on Sonic, Sonic is going to really benefit from, tends to be larger stages, though it's going to depend, especially against a character like Pac-Man. Oh, did I put it as 9 stocks? That is my bad. I meant to do 12 stocks, not 9. There we go. Now, this matchup is very, very interesting. Pac-Man is a character that I feel like at this point in the game is very seldom played. But Pac-Man is such a strong character. Incredibly strong boxing tools, incredibly strong projectile game. Just sets up traps incredibly well. And against a character like Sonic, where Sonic wants to wait out and really punish a lot of mistakes on characters, Pac-Man isn't really one to leave open a lot of room for mistakes. Because he's fine with staying away. He just wants to build his own little wall and, just keep everybody out. And already we're seeing that at 144%. Box is already down a stock against Pac-Man right now. It seems like that this matchup can be a bit troublesome for Sonic just by the nature of it. You're navigating in and out of a lot of thick projectile gameplay. And each one of these projectiles has a little bit of a different trajectory. So it's a little difficult to keep up. Though we are seeing a little work on homing attack right now. Oh, Apple, right before going for the re-grab. Fair out of shield. Those Tims work super hard. Trying to get the back air, sneaky back air on the platform. Oh, but the landing is going to get snuffed out by that F smash. Pac-Man's F smash is super strong. You gotta be very wary of it. Oh, here comes the Galaga combos. Trying to get a little sneaky back air. Is gonna pop up Pac-Man with the dash attack. Nair gonna get the back hit. Up air. You have to be very careful whenever you throw Pac-Man up in the air, though, because he can always drop Hydrant. He has he has an easier time landing sometimes just because he has the ability to just drop Hydrant wherever he wants to land. It's a very different projectile. Not many characters have projectiles like that. Ooh, but the bell is going to lead into the back kick, going into the 3-0 for Sacred Heart, putting Post down to 9 stocks. Right off the start. That is a tough one. Okay. Stage bans in regards to a character like this is very, very, very interesting. Pac-Man has the ability to set up shop on quite a few different stages. And this is because, one, he has Hydrant. And Hydrant, as a move, is essentially just an obstacle. He can legitimately make an obstacle that just stays there for a good chunk of time. You can deal damage to it, but Hydrant also blasts water out to prevent people from prolonged approaches. So, because of that, Pac-Man has this really crazy ability to just drop Hydrant under a platform and essentially create a little house for himself. So that's why on stages like Battlefield, he is super strong, because in that area where, if you look at Battlefield on the top left, it's 3 platforms. If he places Hydrant essentially in the middle of the stage, he can go a little bit more left or right, but he essentially creates a house underneath the side platforms, and he can stay there and throw his projectiles and be completely safe. So generally, there might be instances where you might want to bring him to Battlefield, depending on your character, if you have an easy time knocking Hydrant out of the way. But otherwise, flatter stage. You generally want to go to a flatter stage because at the very least you have an angle of attack against him. Whereas if he has that platform above his head, it gets way, way harder. Again, but this is all going to be character dependent. And up next for post is going to be Dissident on Inkling.
3, 2, 1.
Now, I feel like Inkling does have a decent matchup against Pac-Man, just due to the rushdown nature of this character, having really great mobility to get in and out of projectiles, and the dash in itself, being able to run underneath a lot of these projectiles is super strong. He's gonna be able to make it back. Yep. Pac-Man's recovery is super good too. Oh, here comes Strawberry. And cross up on shield, not able to get the punish with Nair. That Strawberry is gonna, because of the angle it gets thrown downward, that's gonna be very good against Inkling. Oh, have to be very careful when Hydrant is there. Ooh, I love the jab. Oh. Now, Pac-Man loves re-grabbing his projectiles too, because when he does a re-grab, they cannot be grabbed again. You can only do one re-grab on a projectile in this way. Oh, punishing the back air with F smash. Another stock down on Dissident right now. Oh, fair. Going for the... No way that's going to kill. I was going to say, I was going to... If that killed so early, that would have been insane. Galaga combos. Now, Galaga really is a super strong tool for setting up for a lot of these combo potentials just because of how it travels. It goes in this circle and comes back towards Pac-Man, leading up. It essentially brings the opponent back towards Pac-Man for another hit. And we can already see a lot of these Hydrant like setups going, where once Hydrant is popped up, it just creates a wall. It's very, very tough to get around. And there is another stock down with F smash from Hydrant. Back air not able to come out. Nair gonna get the punish. We're gonna miss the tech. Ooh, good fair though. Good fair. And F smash cross stage though. Not gonna be enough across stage to get the kill out. Oh, fair into the cherries. Ooh, going for the pivot grab, but ooh, that spot dodge was very sneaky. On the platform. 160 on Pac-Man, just about at max rage, only 1 more %. Back throw, not going to be quite enough at this %. Ooh, missing the tech. Oh, and bouncing off on platform. Dash attack. Oh, but the back air is going to be enough. Going for another 3 stock on post. Post down to 6 stocks. And here's where we're kind of seeing the problem, is that when Pac-Man is able to really get his setups going, is able to really put obstacles in your way with Hydrant, it's very difficult to break around. Now, coming from a player who plays a character like Banjo, where you have to be very familiar with what breaks Hydrant. And on Banjo, the primary ways to deal with Hydrant are going to be fair and F-tilt. Now, if I recall, it's been a while since I played against Pac-Man as Banjo. F-tilt's not a one-hit on Hydrant, but what I'm trying to outline is that you need to figure out what moves that you have that one-shot Hydrant. So for me, that's Banjo fair. Or if I don't have any, and if I can't get a fair in on that move, then I wait it out. That's really the deal with me. I wait out Hydrant, throw projectiles at it. Let bygones be bygones at that point. It's one of those things where if you're interacting with Hydrant, Pac-Man has already created a situation where he's going to punish you for being that close to Hydrant. And that's the big thing. So you have to kind of figure out where your character can navigate around that. That's the primary thing. For post next is going to be Wildfire, Piranha Plant. I feel like this is going to be a tough one for Piranha Plant. Hydrant alone is going to get in the way of Patooey. Though Patooey can probably one-shot... Hydrant. Hypothetically, what do you do against Pac-Man? You could do a couple things. You either rush him down to the point where he is very uncomfortable creating his setups. Because you have to remember, all the fruit attacks, those are charged. So he needs to take a moment to actually put his hand out and charge that projectile to create it. He can throw it really quickly for a very basic projectile, but the stronger the projectile, the longer he needs to actually charge it. So if you don't give him the opportunity to charge it, he's not going to be able to throw out projectiles. The problem is if Hydrant is in play, because Hydrant is the primary tool that allows him to get those charges going. So you can do a couple things. One, rush him down. Don't let him set up Hydrant. Two, if you have a character with projectiles, then wait out Hydrant and forget it. Just let him have whatever projectiles he wants and just play the keep away game with him. And that's generally how I do it as Banjo. I just do play the, okay, well, I'll just wait it out just as much as you can. As when you're a Piranha Plant, though, it might be a little tough because the primary projectile Piranha Plant has is going to be Patooey, which in some cases, you know, we just saw it just interacting right there. Oh, the parry, though, is going to come out F-tilt into F-smash. Missing the tech, you're going to be able to get those confirms. And here's another thing, is Hydrant is a projectile in itself, so you have to be very wary about where it's coming from, too. Spot dodge right there. Ooh, going to armor through the projectiles. That's actually a pretty smart idea. I didn't think about that. Apple going to get the pop-up, though. Ooh, very good Patooey to hit Hydrant. Oh, are we going to see first blood? Ooh, good shield on Hydrant, getting that out of the way. And that's another thing. Right there. See, he hit Hydrant out of the way, and it gave him a little bit of room, but it wasn't quite enough. Still first stock off on Plant right now. Wildfire is having a little bit of tough time right now. Already at 80%, catching the jump, 94, going for the low recovery, because the jump got burned. That was a 0 to death. Super tough. Dash attack going to get the pop-off right now. Not able to get the Patooey on. I like the back away a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be... It's just when that is built... And it's, you know, what's another thing about this is Plant is a very heavy character, so he's going to stay in these combos a lot longer than other characters. The heavier you are and the more drastic your fall speed is, the longer you're going to stay in combos versus other characters. Not able to get the confirm on that down B. Patooey is going to finally get the stock off on Pac-Man, though. Going for the back air, the follow-up from Galaga, or Bell, rather. That was Bell. Ooh, good rollout, good rollout. And there's another sneaky Hydrant slide going into the F-smash. Putting Post down to their last 3 stocks. And Sacred Heart down to 11. And we can see, definitely the matchup and experience is definitely coming out in this case. Definitely. And I will say, Pac-Man's a more rare character at this stage in the game. You know, it is what it is. But the tough part about also rushing down Pac-Man, I will admit, is that generally you want to fight him as a sword character, because Pac-Man in a brawl actually has really good frame data too. Anytime he's using a boot in his attacks, it's a really good attack. So his fair, his back air, his up air, even his down air is super, super strong. He can really keep his own in a scrap. And it's why Pac-Man is, I would still say, is a top-tier character. Pac-Man is incredibly good in this game. It's just, he's kind of complicated. A lot of his combos, you know, you gotta get used, you gotta need to be used to his flow chart, is what I'll say. Like, what can you get off of a hit with Galaga? What can you get off of on a hit with Bell? What can you get off of on a hit with Apple? You need to understand, like, at what angles all of his projectiles send at. And it makes him a complicated character to play. Like, you could play him as a zoner brawler, and which, you know, that's what he is. But primarily, you want to find these setups and get these combos going. And this is going to be interesting, because Astro's coming in. I will say Pac-Man is probably Incineroar's worst matchup. His probably one of his top 5 worst matchups. And we're on a larger stage where this is very prime real estate for Pac-Man to kind of set up. There might have been a chance if we were on a smaller stage, but we'll see. I mean, Astro probably has some experience with this matchup, so we will see. Oh, this is going to be a lot of jumping and waiting over projectiles. How long Astro can wait out like these heavy conditions, and how much can he get revenge on these projectiles. F-Tilt's going to be a major player against Hydrant. Incineroar's F-Tilt is super strong. It's going to be able to one-shot that Hydrant away. Ooh, going for first blood on this. Only one stock left on Pac-Man. There. Oh, and the very weird angle that Bell gets sent at, you have to be very careful because it's going to come right back down behind you. And it freezes you in place if you get hit by Bell. Ooh, F-Smash coming out just in time for that. Ooh, it's a little too high of a recovery. Oh, good roll in. Still getting hit by Bell, though. Ooh, Hydrant was just shy of that revenge. That's very unfortunate. Okay, Astro. Down one more stock. Ooh, good revenge. But the thing is... No, he's going to get grabbed. Ooh, he didn't grab him? I can know. There's the grab right there. Oh, Miss Tech. Z drop with the orange catching the roll in. And that grab just lingers for so long. It's one of the best grabs in the game. Oh, catching the jump with Bell. 143 on Incineroar right now. Can Astro get around this pressure at ledge? Oh, the Fair is going to get caught at the landing. Only one stock left on Astro. Can Astro beat out this? Oh, side B. Only 87% though. Oh, good Nair out of shield. Very, very good. Ooh, Nair to try and catch the jump. Down tilt and to Fair, and that's going to seal it out. Pac-Man is off the board, putting Sacred Heart at 9 stocks. But Astro is down to their last stock, and in turn, Post University's last stock. Yeah. That's why and it's another reason, it's why I like playing characters like Banjo. I know I'm going to bring it back to me and my experience with my specific character that nobody else really plays. But, you know, at the very least, with against a character like Pac-Man, I have the option as a projectile character to wait out some of these options and bide my time and find a better opportunity. Whereas if you're a character like even Roy, you are a rushdown character, and you like keeping up the pressure. But what does a character like Roy do when there's things like Hydrant and a lot of this projectile play in the way? At that point, you need to really be patient. That's where characters with really high mobility, because remember, mobility in itself and fast movement is an offensive capability as well as a defensive capability. You use your movement to wait out your options and find an opportunity. You don't need to be on top of your opponent 100% of the time. If they're throwing out projectiles, wait until they throw out a really silly projectile, like something that, you know, is clearly an opening, and then you get in from there. But now, coming in for Sacred Heart is a Pyramithra. Can Astro keep up with Mithra's speed? Let's find out.
Go!
And on Pokemon Stadium 2 again. I'm not sure if they're here. Did they step away for a moment? Oh, here we go. Nair for the cross-up on shield. Dash attack. Ooh, going for the grab. We're going to punish that revenge attempt. Neutral get up to go around the blazing end. Just playing some little bit of footsies right now. Ooh, that down air into the F smash. 85%. and the recovery was at a very weird angle, and Astro was not able to get back. Sometimes, if you get sent out at the right angle and far enough, it is super weird for Incineroar to get back. But that's going to put Post down to 0, and we're starting again at 12 stocks, 4 on 4. So Sacred Heart all the way back to 12 as well. Sacred Heart is up 1-0 over Post. So we're going to be starting round 2 right now. I'm actually going to be right back. Going to take a quick little break. I will be right back. And we are... Okay, and we are back. Apologies for that. Right now, it's going to be applesauce on Sora versus DDD. This, I feel like, should be a very... DD's going to have a tough time, I will say. Gordo's, as a projectile, is not a great projectile. It can be very annoying to deal with, but if you're aware of how you can swing at Gordo, it can be sent right back at DDD. Sora, as a projectile character, has a very decent time just throwing all these items right back at DDD, because Firaga is just going to just send it right back. Eve Thundaga, Blizzaga especially, because it lingers out. It's a very good projectile against Gordo. But the problem with this will be, can Sora live long enough against some of these big swings? Because Sora is one of the lightest characters in the game, and up smash is going to get that kill at 100%. Though DDD is at 87 right now. See how Thunder just sent Gordo right on back? Still. Right now, Side B is doing a ton of work, putting DDD in disadvantage. But you can see we're at these percents now where a lot of follow-ups aren't going to be consistent. We saw DDD fall out of that Thundaga So it's a little awkward. So we're going to have to go for big hits like that F Smash. Going to kill DDD at 160. Relatively even stock-wise right now. 35% on Sora. Ooh, getting the hit, but not committing to the follow-up. I don't think applesauce thought they were able to get the confirm there. Side B doing all the work. Oh, and not able to recover. I think they definitely had jumps. I think they just pressed a button and accidentally did something else besides jump, and they had to commit. Ooh, that side B did. Ooh, that side B just pushing that Gordo right back at DDD. Oh, that was a very risky down air. That could have been a really big ol' up smash swing. Ooh, rising back air. Super nice, super nice. A lot of these down airs are very risky. They're working out pretty okay for applesauce right now, but again, I would be very careful how you down air. And that up air is going to steal the kill on Sora. I think they're going to try and be cheeky and do an inhale kill, which I don't think is going to work, but you never know. It's unfortunate how many times characters fall out of Thunder. It's such an inconsistent move. 135 on DDD. Oh, F tilt. Gonna catch the jump? No. Ooh, catching. Actually, yes, with that up air. Fair. Oh, gonna catch that landing with jab. Ooh, good patience at ledge. Ooh, F smash. Wow. Just ripping that F smash. Wow. Putting post down to 11 stocks, I believe. Oh, no. They're down to 10. And Sacred Heart down to 9. So Post is turning it around. Nice. Very good showing from applesauce right now. Sora's a very versatile character. I feel like as many platforms as possible is really Sora's, claim to fame. I think that top platform is very good if you need like a little escape route with your up B to get away from the ground. Though it does seem like Sora does benefit the most from a dual plat situation, being able to kind of shark for fair combos off people standing on platforms and whatnot. Just seems that I think Sora just tends to really thrive in a dual plat situation, though he's a versatile character. He's probably weakest on a flat stage, probably, but that's not saying a whole lot, really. He's good. He's just a very good character, very solid character. So it really depends on whatever Sacred Heart is going to be sending out after applesauce. Not quite sure at this point in time, but we're gonna find out real quick. I guess you're gonna always need to be careful of Pac-Man. Just be very careful about where Pac-Man's coming from. Surprise Pac-Man at any moment. And we're going Duck Hunt. Wow, we're going for like the deep cut characters. Duck Hunt actually functions in a very similar way to Pac-Man, except without as many movement options. A lot of Duck Hunt's like aerial swings are not the greatest. The up air being the exception. Up air is an incredibly strong kill move, and it's how Duck Hunt sends his projectiles to really try and set up for up air. And almost all of his moves are some form of a projectile. Even his F smash. We're going for these swings. I like the pressure. And I think, in theory, a flat stage would really work to Duck Hunt's benefit. But I think against a character like Sora, it's going to be very difficult in some ways. Sora's Faraga and having the ability to just bypass a lot of these projectiles with Thundaga is super strong. And also, Side B is going to be able to plow right through Gunman when they come out. And we're kind of seeing this already. The percent is in Applesauce's favor right now. Thundaga is going to come out. Not quite enough to seal the deal on this kill. Ooh, the last hit of Fair really doing some knockback damage. Ooh, that's not gonna be. He's not gonna be able to recover from that. Wow, sneaking it out. That little sneaky kill with Faraga. Because that's one thing. Duck Hunt's recovery is not that great. He can recover decently far, but it just kind of, it's not as great as like Sora's recovery. Obviously, Sora probably has like the best recovery in the game. 48%, 125 on Sora. Sora's very light, so many things would kill Sora at this percent. But let's see if Applesauce can keep the pressure going. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to recover from that. Their recovery's not that good. Applesauce is on a tear tonight. Just being very relentless with what projectiles are coming out. Side B, side B, side B. You gotta stop with that fire. Oh, but that F smash right there is going to seal the deal. Putting Post down to 9 stocks. And Sacred Heart down to 7. Much more even game this time around. But again, Post needs to be wary that Pac-Man can come out at any point in this. So I need to be very careful. Now, Duck Hunt does really prefer a flatter stage for his general setups, whereas Pac-Man might want, platforms for Galaga setups. Not so much for Duck Hunt. Like, Duck Hunt can get some stuff off of Can. Yeah, Applesauce is doing so good right now. But Can is a very inconsistent projectile. Just because you have to be aware of what direction it's going to be going. Because whenever Can gets hit, it switches which direction it goes whenever the Duck Hunt player presses the B button. It can go left or it can go right, depending. And every time it gets hit, it switches direction. So it's very inconsistent and can create some amazing setups when done right. But it's not going to be like a consistent factor like Pac-Man Galaga. So a lot of the setups are really going to be on a flat surface, and platforms aren't really conducive to a lot of those setups. So let's see if we're going back to FD. Up next for Post is going to be Dissident once again.
1, go!
And this time we are on Battlefield, which I think this is, I would say, definitely an Inkling favored stage with things like up throw, up air. That top platform going to be able to potentially shark for an up air hit. Ooh, almost low profiling Gunman, but then running into it, which is fine. Ooh, that grenade hit was so strong! Ooh, the back hit from down smash. Okay. Left tilt. Clay disc getting interrupted by the grenade. Ooh, F smash coming out. Not quite enough to kill from cross stage though. 122% on Inkling though. Good dash attack. That's one thing people need to remember is that Gunman can be just... You can just plow right through Gunman, and because it has a hitbox, and if you hit it, it won't be able to fire its projectile off. Though first stock does go to the Duck Hunt player. Dissident down a stock, 10%. Those smash attacks linger. Oh, going for... Oh, I thought they were going to go for an up air. Oh, it would have been so cool. throw. Going for the back throw this time. For the, bit of a DI mix-up, probably. Oh, high recovery. Oh, and there's the F smash. Putting Post down to 8 stocks. And Sacred Heart down to 6. I wonder what Dissident, because I'm not so familiar with Dissident's bans and how they kind of approach a lot of these matchups. I wonder what Dissident, as an Inkling player, really values in a lot of this stuff. And I know Dissident is relatively new, showing a lot of early promise in this game, I would say. They have a good sense of patience, I've noticed, especially for a new player. Battlefield. I feel like it's a decent stage pick for Inkling. It does feel like Inkling, though, does tend to benefit a little bit more from a dual plat situation. Doesn't have like a ton of benefit from that upper platform. The only thing on that upper platform is you can get a sneaky up air kill for anybody who just decides to kind of stand there. But we didn't even see many of either. We didn't even see a whole lot of top platform play in that previous match. And Pac-Man is back on the board. Post has got to be very careful now.
3, 2, 1.
Going into a dual plat situation. Got to be very careful of the house. Apple throw. We can see the projectiles. Ooh, Trap trying to interact with the melon. Ooh, back hit. Ooh, grabbing the approach. Good patience, good patience. Don't go into that F smash. Cross up on shield, not able to get hit by Nair. Back, good. See, that was a very good back air, but you can get a follow-up from that back air with dash attack, I believe. Though the one and done, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh, good. So, sometimes just hitting Hydrant is the play. Knocking it right back towards Pac-Man. You have to be very careful still, though. Oh, and there's first arc on Dissident. You gotta be very careful how you roll in that ledge. He's gonna be charging up for a bell almost every time to set up for a quick F smash. Ooh, that throw. The back hit of up air. Oh, no. No way that kills. Are you serious? I was not expecting that to kill so early. I could have sworn. Wow. Putting Post down another 2 stocks. Evening out the stocks. Post Eagles 6-6. Coming up next for Post is going to be Wildfire again. If I'm Plant at this point, I am staying away. I am staying as far away from Pac-Man as possible in this setup. If you can get to a flat stage, so you can have as many things not getting in the way of Patui as possible, and you stay away. If you can't get to Final Destination, maybe Kalos Pokemon League. I feel like it's going to be tough for Plant. This seems like a very tough matchup for Plant, but it really does seem like you need to play the keep away game and set up your own little wall with Patui, Poison Cloud, try and get little bits of chip damage whenever you can. It seems like attempting to do anything else as Plant is going to be a bad time. You know, which game plan can you force to work more? I mean, you could force some situations, I guess, by staying close, but Pac-Man has such a good grab that it's going to go right around Patooey. Oh, that dash attack going to get the punish. Not able to get the back hit, though. Good parry. Ooh, good Patooey. Oh, good down B. Wow, these follow-ups. You got to keep Pac-Man up in that air as long as you can. 99%. The percentage game right now for Wildfire is so strong. Quick Patooey. Oh, not able to get the down B hit. And that up air sneaking right below that down B. I think you need to be a little bit more seldom with when you throw out that down B. Oh, the roll-in is going to get hit by Bell. Oh, no. You got to be very careful for where Bell is coming from, because Bells will linger. Ooh, quick little Patooey. Oh, no, the Hydrant brings him right back into that combo. Patooey is probably a little stale right now from all the times it's been hitting Pac-Man. It doesn't quite have the knockback that you want it to. I do like a lot of these pauses on Patooey to keep the distance, though. It's just a matter of solidifying this kill right now, which is the tough part. Oh, the low hit was not quite enough. High recovery's going to get punished by up smash. Ooh, not out quite quick enough. And Patooey finally gets the kill. 99%, though. Gotta start making some really big work out of that rage. Oh, no, Bell! Ooh, misspacing the F-smash, though. Able to come back, though. Oh, Hydrant gonna cover the ledge. Galaga combos a little... Ooh, still making work of that Galaga. I will say, I thought the damage was a little too high for these Galaga combos to be true. 166 maximum rage. Oh, patience, patience. Oh, that apple was enough to kill off the top? Wow. Watch out for the Galaga. And here's another thing is Pac-Man really likes these regrabs on his items. So sometimes you might be better off challenging a projectile throw, so that way he can't get the regrab, because the projectile isn't per se stronger in the regrab, but it's more to his advantage, because it can't be interacted as easily when it's a secondary throw on a projectile. It's little niche things about how projectiles work in this game. Here comes Hydrant again. Bell on the... Yep, there's the regrab. High recovery. Going for the grab. 173 on Wildfire right now. And here comes Key. Key is the strongest projectile. Oh, he decided to throw Key the other way. I don't know why. Did I say Key is the strongest projectile in the game? That's not what I meant. I meant Key is Pac-Man's strongest projectile. It goes incredibly quick and kills. But in either case, Post Eagles down to their last 3 stocks. And Sacred Heart down to 5. 2 stock difference right now. Can Post make up that difference? Yeah! Hey, Shardarky. How's it going? And for Post's final player for this round is going to be Astro again. So you gotta make a lot of good work as Incineroar. As flat of a stage as possible. Well, sorry, not side of a stage. It's such a tough one. Incineroar's best stage, as always, is going to be Smashville. But even Smashville, setting up Hydrant on Smashville in the middle is super unbearable for Incineroar. So, if we went to any stage besides Hollow Bastion or Smashville, I would 100% understand. It's I don't feel like there's any good stages for Incineroar against Pac-Man. It's like impossible. you gotta play your heart out. So I actually don't mind this pick of Pokemon Stadium 2. I think it's, you know, it's a big stage. Incineroar's got to make a lot of movement, but I think, you know, I think you got to work with what you got. Oh, F-Tilt just not quite coming out in enough time. 40%. That's insane. Quick 40% out of a couple hits. Oh, catching that back air wasn't quite enough to come out. Gonna get caught and grabbed. Revenge online. Oh, Revenge is not online. He wasted the Revenge on the Hydrant, which, to be fair, it's not that bad of an idea. Get it out of the way when you can. Oh, landing on top of that Hydrant as it's flying into the air. Oh my god. What do you do in those situations? That's so tough. Hydrant is so much pressure. Dash attack popping up. Oh, Orange. Catching the roll-in. Here's the thing. When you are panicking at ledge, the obvious option for panicking is roll-in. Everybody feels a lot safer for some reason with roll-in. I do it too. You have to be so careful whenever you don't roll-in, because that's if you're aware when people want to panic, they want to do that, you can catch that roll so easily. Ooh, catching the landing with Orange again. Ooh, good, very good Revenge. Not able to get the side B out, though. Ooh, Dash Attack is going to get the kill, though. Only one stock left on Pac-Man. Astro really needs to work this Rage through. Really needs to get the early kill and be at the advantage for this. Oh no, the pop-up! Good space back air. Just going right out of reach of that grab. And again with the fair. Oh, that Strawberry went so quick. And there's Bell going into the back air. The weak hit of back air, though, not quite enough. Misspacing it. Another lease at life for the stock. 70%, 70%. Okay. Maximum rage, 70%. We get the kill. Oh, that back air not quite enough to kill across stage. Oh, that was such a smart Revenge, but that apple is covering so many options. Oh, one stock left on Astro right now. Orange. Ooh, 100%. Not quite enough for the kill, though. Back throw strong, but not that strong. Side B. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Just have to be so patient. Jab reset. The option to run off stage. I love it. But almost catching that roll again. That roll, and you have to be so careful when you're rolling. You can't be lucky like that every time. Oh. See, he's trying to shark for these side Bs so he can punish and get the back throw going. Re-grab. The pressure. Don't roll in. Good, 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 good. Good job. Roll out. When in doubt, roll out. When in doubt, roll out. Good fair. Does he still have Bell? He still has Bell. We gotta get away from Bell. Oh, that back air! Oh, I thought he was gonna rip that up smash. That would have been such a bad idea. I'm so glad he didn't do that. Oh, the grab. Up throw? No, down throw. Oh, there we go. The back air. 160 at max rage. So good. Astro played his heart out in that match. I could tell so hard. Oh my god. Sacred Heart down to their last 3 stocks in this round. And Post down to 1 stock left. Oh my god. Astro needs to dig deep Astro needs to dig so deep. I'm so hopeful too, Bubblehead. I am so hopeful. I think Astro has it in him. I think Astro can do this. He has to dig deep, though. You don't understand. That matchup is one of the worst matchups in the game. Pac-Man versus Incineroar. I do not envy Astro having to play that at all. It is. There is hope. You had, like, going into that, Astro is at such a disadvantage because, one, Incineroar's best stage, which is Smashville, is debatably better for Pac-Man in that scenario. So already, you are at a huge disadvantage because when you're on Pokemon Stadium 2, Incineroar needs to travel so far to get from one end of the other compared to everybody else because he's one of the slowest characters in the game. So you need to work for every inch that you can push through. And even then, you need to play so patiently and not swing, like not throw out an attack. You have to be so careful when you throw an attack because if you just throw attacks willy-nilly, you're going to get grabbed. You're going to get punished. You're going to get hit out of shield. You need to be creeping ever so slowly in your shield, jumping when appropriate, and if you make a wrong choice, you're going to get knocked right back off stage and probably get hit by a projectile, and then you got to go through ledge trap situations again, around hydrant, around all that projectile play. It's incredibly tough. It is very tough to do that with Incineroar because all of your game plan is I gotta get one hit every so often when Pac-Man is getting anywhere between 3 to 8 hits on me for every one I get on him, and at the very least, Incineroar has incredibly strong hits. So because he's such a strong character in regards to his actual damage output. So Astro is probably under a lot of pressure right now. He feels it. He feels it. Definitely. I have no idea who they're going to send out, though. So it's very tough to talk about stage bans right now. The Incineroar deal is you always ban big stages, and hopefully you go to a small stage. That's usually how it works. Oh my god, Terry. Alright. This is not a bad matchup for Incineroar by any means, but this is going to be a tough one. In the sense of, this is a brawl, and it's going to be so tough for Astro to hold on to the only stock he has. Usually in these matchups, you're kind of expected to blow up at least one stock. When it's so direct like this, it's just going to be tough. Really good revenge. Ooh, the up tilt coming out though. Side B is not, the range on side B is just too shallow at that point. Oh no. Side B, not quite enough to kill. Yeah, a little too early. Oh, the recovery was a little low. Terry's recovery, you need to be very familiar with how far those moves travel in order to recover with Terry. Side B, 105% on Astro right now. Rage is still going to be a factor, so maybe we might see some sneaky early kills with Revenge being a factor, but we'll see. F-tilt. Oh, I don't know what that grab was attempting to be. 33%. 134 on Astro right now. It's going to be so tough holding onto this stock. And rising tackle, yep, and a kill off the top. Unfortunately, that was Post's last stock. So tonight goes 2-0 towards Sacred Heart. It's just tough. Like, if that was a full 3-stock match for each player, Astro was in a very good spot, I would say. He was in a very good spot. Would have been. But with a matchup like this, it's so volatile. You're constantly taking percentage. It's so hard to hold on to that last stock. So, unfortunately, tonight it is going to be going to Sacred Heart over Post University. But still, I would say Post did incredibly well tonight. Yep, well played. Definitely supersonic. But you can't win every single one of them. Posters have been having a pretty good season, I will say. Been winning a lot So, you know, we're bound to lose one every so often. But, hey, we'll get them next time. So, but again, thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. I've been Frisco, and we will see you guys real soon. You have a good night. Adios. Bye-bye.